Hey, second grade! Welcome back to another math lesson. Today we're going to be doing finding the volume of rectangular prism. But before we get started, let's have a word of prayer. Lord, we thank you for this time that we can come together and we can study this lesson together. We pray that you will give these boys and girls understanding in their knowledge and discernment and help them to find great joy in the work that they do and do it as unto the Lord for your honor and glory. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, first let's review our multiplication tables. So in your packets you got a sheet like this. It has multiplication tables. We're going to look at the first two rows of side A. So let's see if you can answer before I do. And what is 8 times 4 is 32. Did you get the answer down before I did? Let's do the next one, see if you can answer it and get the answer down before me. 8 times 8 is 64. Good job. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 6 is 48. And 8 times 2 is 16. Did you get all the answers right? Keep practicing those multiplications and keep singing your skip counting songs. Or skip count, yeah. You know what they are. Alright, let's do 8 times 5, which is 40. 8 times 0, which is 0. 8 times 9, which is 72. 8 times 3, 24. And 8 times 7, I know that 7 times 7 is 49, so one more 7 would be 56. How'd you do? Good job. Okay, I'm going to let you finish that side by yourself. I'm going to erase these. Okay, so now we are going to look at this page that you got. Let's see if you can see it. If I put it like that, that's not really good. So I took the time to trace it. That's better, I think. Yeah, trace it with a marker so that you can see it better. So now we're going to talk about how to find the volume of a rectangular prism. Alright, so first of all, when we do anything, we need to look at the key and see what it tells us. And it tells us that 1 cube, the picture of 1 cube, is equal to 1 cube. Now you say, oh, of course, 1 is equal to 1, but sometimes it's not like that on the key. Sometimes it may be 1 cube is equal to 2, or it could be 1 cube is equal to 3. So you have to pay attention to that and make sure that, let me adjust this a little bit. Can you see it? There you go. Make sure that you know that the cube is equal to 1 cube, not more than 1. Alright, so let's go to the first one here. So on our papers we're looking at the width, the height, and the length. So on your paper, let's write, we're going to put the width, the height, and the length. And you can't really see that, so I showed you where to write it. So I'm going to say width. You're going to write here beside this line. Then you're going to write height. That's the second line right here. You'll write it by the second line. And then by the third line, you're going to write length. Or you can write it underneath that line if you want to. Alright, so we are, let me make this a little bit darker. Okay, so now we have width, height, and length. Now, when we are trying to find the volume of something, the formula for that would be volume, V, is equal to length times width times height. And when we are multiplying all those numbers, it really doesn't matter what order that you put them in because you're going to get the same answer, right? So this is how you get the volume. You're going to multiply these three units together. So let's look at the first one. So I'm going to take a different color marker, and if you want to, pause the video for just a minute and go get 3 colors: red, blue, and green. Okay, you ready? Okay, so we're going to use these markers to show us the things that we are counting for the measurement. We're counting cubes. So to find the first thing, we're going to do the width. And we're going to count how many cubes there are. So we're going to start at this corner right here. And we're going to count the width. And there are 2 cubes there. We're going to put 2 in the line for width. Alright? Then we're going to look at the height and trace the height, or how tall that is. And that is also how many cubes? 1, 2. Count your cubes with me. So there's 2 cubes there. Now we're going to look at the length. There, and that is also 2 cubes. So now my number sentence would be, anybody know what it is? Good. It would be, I'm going to write it over here, 2 times 2 times 2, and you're going to write it on your line right here. Now you might think when you say 2 times 2 times 2, oh, I can just say 2, 4, 6. No, because we're not adding these up together, we're multiplying. So we're going to use our parentheses like we talked about to multiply 2 to begin with. So we're going to multiply 2 times 2, or you could do 2 times 2 over here. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So your answer is 8 cubes. 8 cubes. Did you get it? All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, so we have an easy way to do this is to go to a corner on our cube. So we started with our blue for our width, so let's do that again. So we're going to go to this corner right here, and we're going to measure the width. How many cubes are there? 2. And we're going to measure the height. How tall it is. How many cubes are there? 2. And then we are going to measure the length. Where's my green go? Here it is. And there's 3 cubes for that. Okay, now, let me see if I can let you see that a little closer up. Okay, so what would our number sentence be? Good job, it would be 2 times 2 times 3. So I'm going to write that over to the side so you can see it. So what you're going to put in this blank right here, 2 times 2 times 3. All right, that's our number sentence. Now, we're going to use some parentheses to tell us which ones we want to multiply first. We oftentimes go with the smaller numbers. So we're going to bracket the 2 times 2. That's going to give us 4. So now we have 4 times 3. that's going to give us 12. So our answer is going to be 12 cubes. And your number sentence that you're going to put right here is 2 times 2 times 3. Did you get it? Good job. All right, let's look at another one. I'm going to erase this one over here. We're going to pick up our colors again. I'm going to start with our blue and make a dot here at the corner. And we're going to do our width first. So how wide is it? It has 3 cubes. All right, now we're going to do our height. Let's trace it with a red maybe. And how many cubes are there? There are 3. Good. And with our length, I'm going to use a green to trace that. And that's going to be 3 cubes as well. So now, does anybody know what our number sentence is? Good, you're ahead of me. So it would be 3 times 3 times 3. Length times width times height. So now we're going to bracket off our 3 times 3. We're going to make that a 9. So 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is, good, 27. So the answer is 27 cubes. That you're going to write on this line right here, 27. And you're going to put your number sentence, which is the 3 times 3 times 3. Got it? Good job. All right, now we're going to do the next one. We're going to take our colors again. So pick up your colors. Let me let you see that close up. So so far, this is what your paper should look like with the different colors on it. All right, let's go back and do our last one. So we want to get our 3 colors again. So we have, starting with our blue, which is our width. So we start at a corner and we trace the 3 lines. We know the 3 things that we're measuring: the length times width times height, which is what gives us our volume. And we are measuring by cubes right now. This cube could be 1 cubic inch, it could be 1 centimeter, 1 foot. Right now we are measuring in our cubes, so we're going to say take our blue, make our dot on the corner. This shows where we're starting to show where our lines are. So we're going to say the width, there are 2. And we're going to take our red and trace the height. That's how tall it is. There are 3 cubes there. Then we're going to take our green and trace the bottom. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Does anybody know what the number sentence is? Oh, good. Some of you are ahead of me. Very good. So our number sentence for that is going to be 2 times 3 times 4. And if we use our parentheses on the smaller numbers first, which ones did you do? 2 times 3. Good. 6 times 4. That's 24. So on our blank right here, we have 24 cubes. Write that on your blank right there. And then underneath it, write your number sentence, which is 2 times 3 times 4. All right, now I'm going to let you look at it again. close up and see if your paper looks that way. All right. Good job. So remember, we multiply the length times the width times the height, and it doesn't matter if the numbers are mixed up because you're going to get the same answer. We can multiply these two first, or we can multiply these two first, but generally we'll do the smaller numbers first. So let's take this down now. Good job on that. Wasn't that fun? I like using the different colors. Didn't you? Okay. The next sheet that we're going to do is, let me find it. It's our math sheet like this. But we're going to do, let's see, side B, because you're going to do A. So we're going to reverse it a little bit. Well, let me erase this. And let's look at the first one. So it says, how many candles will you get if you buy 6 bags? All right, if we look over it on the right-hand side, there's a chart there. Let's look and see what the chart looks like. So we have a chart. One side has bags, and the other side has candies. All right, so if we have one bag, then there are 5 candies. If we have 2, there are 10. While I write these down, see if you can figure out what the next number is going to be. If there's 3 bags, then we'd have, there's a pattern we're following over here. See if you can figure out what pattern we're following. 4 bags, 5 bags. Has anybody figured out what the pattern is and what we have to do to get that? Some of you have figured it out. All right, what would 6 be? This one is not on your paper. So what do you think the next one would be? Yes, 30. Good job. So 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30. So we're basically counting by 5s on this side. So let's go on down, add it and make it a little bit longer. So 7, 35, 8, 40, 9, 45. Now we can answer our questions. So the first one says, how many candies will you get if you buy 6 bags? The answer is, good job, 30. All right, and the next blank, how many candies will you get if you buy 9 bags? Who has it? Good job, 45. We found that over here on this chart. We looked at 9 bags. That would give us 45 candies. All right, looking at the next one, there are 37 grade 2 children. How many bags of candies are needed so that each child can have 1 candy? All right, so there's 37 children. Let's look at our chart. We know we'd have to have at least, let's see, if we have 5 bags, is 25 less than 37? Yes, so that's not going to be enough. Is 30 less than 37? Yes, so that's not going to be enough. 35 is still less. If we go to 40, is that more than 37? Yes, so how many bags do we need? Good job, we need 8 bags. And we have a few candies left over for the teacher. All right, so now let's go on to number 2. These are all number 1. All right, number 2, Sean, David. I'm going to need a little more board space, so let me erase this. Okay, so number 2. Let's read it maybe you can read it with me. Read it out loud. Sean, David, Jonathan, and Ted will share 12 cookies. Draw a plate for each child. Show how the children will share the cookies. So let's draw a plate. Let's count our children. 1, 2, 3, 4 children. We need 4 plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want, you can put the names above it. This is Sean's. This is David's. Jonathan's. Jona. And Ted's. Okay, so there's 12 cookies, and we want to divide them up. There's 12 cookies, and there are 4 plates. So do you know what the number sentence would be? Good. 12 divided by 4 is equal to some number. Now we got to figure out the number. 12 divided by 4. Make that bigger so it doesn't look like a subtraction. Well, let me think about what I know. 4 times 3 is 12. So that means that 12 divided by 4 is 3. Remember what I told you about multiplication being the opposite of division, just like in addition and subtraction. If we know the addition, well then we know the subtraction. If we know the multiplication, then we know the division. So it's very, very important for you to learn those multiplication facts if you don't know them. So keep practicing. All right, so our answer for that one would be 3 cookies. Don't forget to put your cookies down there. I want to know if we're talking about cookies or hot dogs or whatever we're talking about. All right, so let's go on. Did you get that one? Good job. Look at number 3. See if you can figure it out before I write the answer down. All right, so I'm going to draw my chart while some of you are working hard to figure it out and get ahead of me on it. Great job. Better hurry. All right, so I have 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 20, 100. And C is equal to C plus 4. All right, C is equal to C plus 4. So what would the first answer be? Well, all I have to do is take that top number, that's C, 4. So now I'm going to add 4 to it. So 4 plus 4 is 8. So I'm taking C, the number 5, adding 4 to it. So what is 5 plus 4? 9. 6, adding 4 to it. 6 plus 4 is 10. 9. 9 plus 4. What is it? Good job. It is 13. And then I say 12 plus 4 is, what is it? It is 16. Good job. And then 20 plus 4 would be 24. And 100 plus 4 would be 104. Did you get it? How many of you finished before I did? Good job. And those of you that were working on it, you were getting there. So that's good. Keep practicing it. You'll get better and better at it. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see. This one was number 3. So now we're going to go on to number 4. Alright, so it says to write 8 and 1/10 as a decimal, 8 and 1/10 as a decimal. my whole number 8 just goes over here. Remember, this is the same thing as saying 1 divided by 10. 1 divided by 10. We can't say 10 into 1, so what we're going to do is put a decimal point here, add a 0, and then we're going to put the decimal point at the top, and 1 times 10 is 10, so this is going to be 0.1. So 1/10 written as a decimal would be 0.1. All right, so let's look at the next one beside it, which says 2.9 is equal to what fraction? All right, now you're just going to do the opposite. You're going to say it's 2. This number doesn't change. And then to write this as a fraction would be like we did here. This was 1/10 was the same thing as 0.1. So 0.9 would be the same thing as 9/10. So we got 2.9 or 2 9/10. See how to do that? We'll keep practicing. All right, let's go on and look at the next one, which is number 5. What is the volume of this rectangular prism? Okay, this is something that we just had in the lesson today. Now, you don't have to figure out what the cubes are. They told you. If you're looking at the picture, though, I bet you could have figured it out. Remember, if we put a dot there, and we started on that line right there, and we measured our width, it would be like if we put a dot on the corner. Let me see if I can draw a picture here. This is sort of for then maybe not. Okay, just so you get the idea, we're not going to look at this. Let's see. Let me go ahead and connect my lines here. Okay, I did something amiss right here. Then I have a line in the middle here, a line in the middle here. Okay, I'm just going to cover that part up. I'm going to show you right here, we're going to draw a dot right there, and then we would go up, across, and down. Okay, so much for that great drawing there. But we see that we have 3 times 2 times 4. Alright, so now we're going to take the two smallest numbers, which would be 3 and 2, and multiply those together. So that's going to be 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. So the answer is going to be 24 cubes. Did you get that one? Good job. Alright, let's erase this. And we're just going to answer the question. I know you know the answer because we talked about this one in class. What unit would you use to measure the weight of a baby? Everybody say it? Pounds! Yes, very good. That's one we talked about. All right, let's look at the next one. Boy, if we had a baby that was a ton, woo, maybe like a baby elephant. If we had a baby that was inches, maybe like a baby, I wonder if rabbits, maybe they're really small. And then gallons, can't measure the baby in gallons. All right, let's go to number 7. Let's do this one together. We have 672 times 6. All right, So we will say, see if you can figure it out. Let me move this over just a little bit. So it doesn't look like it's part of that number. Okay, so 2 times 6 is 12. So I'm going to put down my 2, carry my 1. 6 times 7 is 42. Plus 1 more is 43. Wrong place. 42, add your extra 1, so 3, carry your 4, and 6 times 6 is 36, plus 4 is 40. That is a 4-digit number, so we're going to need to put a comma here after your 3's, and you're going to count 1, 2, 3, comma, and then you've got your thousands. All right, let's do this one. 7, see if you can figure this one out. 7 times 5 minus 2. And then 7 times 5 and minus 2 is, okay. Somebody tell me what the parentheses mean. Yes, good. That means you do that first. So we're going to say 5 minus 2 is 3. So that gives us 7 times 3, which is 21. Good job. And then on this one, we're going to say 7 times 5 first because that's the parentheses. That's going to be 35 minus 2. So the answer is 33. Did you get it? Good job. Let's see what the last one is. 4 times 2. Here. Let me erase it. It's getting a little crowded up here. So we got 4 times 2 in parentheses times 7 is equal to 50. Oops, I don't want to tell you that answer yet. Let's see. All right, so let's work it out. We've got 4 times 2 is 6. So now we have 6 times 7 is equal to, and 6 times 7 is, anybody know what it is? I'm going to let you figure that one out. You go ahead and put the answer there. And then, if you don't know it, you need to practice it. We know 6 times 6 is 36. So add another one to that, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We know that it has to be 42. Did you put that? Good job. So, all right, if you put it and figured it out, good job. That's what your answer is going to be. We're going to stop with that one. And I'm going to let you go on and use your wonderful minds to now turn it over and do the front. I'm sure you'll do a great job. I've enjoyed teaching this lesson and being with you today, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. So work hard. I love you. Bye.